This is the winning poster for the 2025 Vermont Covered Bridge Society's poster contest celebrating Covered Bridge Week in Vermont, August 2nd through the 9th. We'll meet the artist and talk with the leader of the Vermont Covered Bridge Society about, what else? Vermont Covered Bridges. Good afternoon and thank you for stopping by Across the Fence. I'm Keith Silva. Only 39 Vermont towns still have at least one covered bridge. And if you're lucky enough to live in Tunbridge, Northfield, Pittsford, or Montgomery, there are multiple covered bridges in those communities. To preserve and protect these quintessential Vermont and New England structures, enter the Vermont Covered Bridge Society. Formed in 2000, this group of concerned citizens uses fundraising and a lot of sweat equity to safeguard these very Vermont structures. To talk about this group, we've invited Beth Brown-Limmer and the artist behind the picture we just saw, Ella Renaud. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Ella, let's start with you. Tell us about the picture that you created.
Yeah, so in my art class at school, our teacher brought forth this contest, and we were all interested in it. So we spent time finding what pictures we wanted to use, and then started our drawings with colored pencil.
And was this sponsored by the Covered Bridge Society, Beth?
By the Vermont Covered Bridge Society, yes. It's the first time we've ever had a poster contest in our history. Open to high school students, both privately schooled, homeschooled, and public schooling, between 12 and 18 years of age.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about the Vermont Covered Bridge Society.
Well, the Vermont Covered Bridge Society is celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. We were founded in 2000 by a small group of gentlemen that were very concerned about the condition of the Cambridge Junction Covered Bridge, which crosses the Lamoille River. And so they contacted the Senator Jim Jeffords at the time to seek some federal funding. And of course, his first question was, well, what organization are you with? And they said, well, we don't really have an organization. And he said, okay, so you need to get an organization, and then I will go to Washington, I'll get you some funds. So that's how it started, that's what happened, that's what he did, and the Cambridge Junction Bridge was restored and reopened to traffic in 2004.
Awesome, awesome. A sort of chicken and an egg thing. You can't get the money before you get a name, can't get a name before you get the money.
Exactly.
As you said, this is your 25th year of the organization. What do you have planned for Covered Bridge Week?
On Saturday, the 2nd, the first day, we're going to have a covered bridge booth at the Montgomery Farmers Market. And the Montgomery Historical Society has been very instrumental because they have a number of covered bridges up there, all built by the Jewett brothers.
Okay.
And so they have a film that they've put together about the history of the bridges in Montgomery and of the Jewett brother family. And so they're going to show that at 11 o'clock, and then we're going to be there at the Farmers Market, which runs from 9:30 to 1. And also that same day, on the 2nd, we're going to be in Pittsford at Pittsford Day, because Pittsford also has 4 covered bridges.
Oh, that's
and
right.
So we're going to collaborate with them. We will be at their athletic field, recreation area, from noon till 6 that day. And we're going to have a raffle, and some dignitaries are going to stop by at 4 o'clock and have photo op and this and that. And so those are that's the first day. And then we have, on Wednesday of that week, we have a presentation called August Armchair Adventure down at the Springfield Town Library in Springfield at 1 o'clock. And I'll be doing that with the assistance of our secretary, Mark Maddox, who's helping with putting together the presentation.
Excellent.
So that's from 1 to 3.
And Beth, I'm going to stop you there because
have a lot planned, Keith.
I encourage people to go to your website,
Absolutely.
which is Vermont Bridges or Vermont Covered Bridges?
VermontBridges.org. And we are on the verge today or tomorrow of releasing a press release with all the schedule. Yes.
And the other thing that's there, as I said, I don't want to spoil anything or give everything away, but I can't imagine anything more Vermont than this event you've got coming up in Lunenburg, where you're having maple creamies at the Covered Bridge.
Well, what we're doing is called Maple Monday. It's
Maple
for
Monday.
August 4th of the Covered Bridge Week.
Yes.
And it's actually at 3 different locations.
Oh.
So the idea is to go to a covered bridge, see the covered bridge, and buy maple products because, as you say, what's more Vermont than maple and covered bridges. So there's 3 sites. The first one is at the Mount Orne Covered Bridge in Lunenburg, and we will be there as a presence, the Vermont Covered Bridge Society, and then Nate's Maple Syrup from Lunenburg will be there as the maple producer. The second site is in Rockingham at the Bartonsville Covered Bridge.
Okay.
And Sugar Bob's of Chester is going to be the maple producer, and we will be there with our big 10-foot banner and all different things. And the third site is at the Brown Covered Bridge in North Shrewsbury, and the maple producer there is Stewart's Maple out of Cuttingsville.
So a lot of places where people all around the state can go, visit a covered bridge, get some maple.
Those 3, that's correct.
Those 3.
From 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 p.m.
Perfect time for a creamy. Let's hope the weather works out for you.
Now, I don't know, Keith, if we're going to have creamies or not, but we're going to have maple syrup and maple cream and all kinds of things that people make with maple.
Maple products.
Yes.
Fair enough. I know Sugar Bob's does hot sauce, so
they do.
I don't know that that we have hot creamies, but nonetheless, Ella, the picture that you created from your art class, what is it? How did you draw it, and what is your inspiration for it?
Yeah, so I found a picture online of the bridge, and I started off by transferring it from the picture to the piece of paper.
And this is a bridge not far from where you live, right?
No, about less than 10 miles.
Okay, and it's in Cabot Plains.
Yep.
I was just going to say Cabot, but I heard you say Cabot Plains several times. I'm sure there's a big difference to the good people of Cabot and Cabot Plains. What do you like drawing besides covered bridges?
I like to also do paintings. I won another art contest for the VFW for a patriotic one of my great-grandparents, which is at the national level now.
Congratulations!
Yeah,
That's
thank
wonderful.
you.
That's wonderful. Very accomplished. A good eye that you had here. Beth, organizations like you need young people like Ella. It's really important that not just folks of a certain age are interested in covered bridges, but people of another certain age are interested in this sort of part of Vermont.
Absolutely. And as part of her prize, she was gifted a membership in the Vermont Covered Bridge Society, a T-shirt for our 25th anniversary,
Great.
And she had a cash prize also. And so the first 4 finalists all had that package. So we've got 4 new young Covered Bridge members, but we are also working with the 4-H. We went to State Day this year.
Oh, good.
And so we are involved with those, and we're hopeful that within the next 2 to 5 years we can stand up what we call a junior bridger arm of the Vermont Covered Bridge Society that will be young folks.
Oh, awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And they will plan activities around covered bridges that are interesting to them.
I think one of the most interesting things about your organization is you're open to everyone. This isn't just you have to have a pedigree of living in Vermont for generations.
No.
You'll even accept flatlanders like me. Is the best place to go the website, vermontbridges.com?
Vermontbridges.org is our website, and then we also have a website because many people that come, as you say, we have tourists from all over the world that come, and hence the reason why the Vermont Tourism website is also going to be posting our Covered Bridge schedule for Covered Bridge Week, because people like to plan ahead, and this is coming up quite quickly now, but. The lostbridges.org is also, there's a link on our website, but if you want to go just to see about the bridges that have unfortunately been lost from fire, flood, just deterioration type of a thing, you can find them. The one that was in Hardwick, where Ella is from, is of course on that site.
Okay. We've got only a few minutes left. I want to talk about this journal. Speaking of tourists and people coming by, you've created these journals. Tell us about it. Let me hold it up here for you.
Okay,
so tell me about the journal.
We have divided Vermont into 4 regions, and each region has between 20 and 25 covered bridges that are found within those counties. This journal one covers 4 counties: Bennington, Rutland, Addison, Chittenden, and then the next one covers like Windham, Windsor County. And so people can go through the experience of using the journal. And there's a glossary. There's a business about the trusses and talks about those, but each one has a colored picture, has the information as to what the specifications of the bridge are. And then over here we've left it blank purposefully because people might want to sketch, they might want to tell a story, they might want to talk about something funny that happened to them when they were at the bridge. And so it's a really customizable souvenir that people can have.
That's wonderful. I thought this was great. And each is, as you said, color-coded. So this is the western part of the state.
That's
There's
correct.
also yellow and red and green, maybe?
That's correct.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
So
right.
grab a journal.
And so we are selling these. They are $10 a piece, and
Okay.
then $4 for shipping and handling.
Okay.
And we are getting orders through our email, which is Vermont Covered Bridge Society Vermont Covered Bridge Society at gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Excuse me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Again, VermontCoveredBridges.org, the place to go. Another fundraising thing you do is your calendars, which I think are wonderful.
So this is the 4th year that we've done a calendar. It's all Vermont Covered Bridges. There are calendars out there, of course, that have lots of covered bridges from all over the country. But this is the only one that we know of that's all Vermont Covered Bridges from all over the state. On the back is the map that shows where the covered bridges are that are in this calendar.
Yep.
This is our 25th year anniversary logo.
Nice.
And so we sell these online at our online marketplace. And they are $18 a piece and $4 shipping.
And the money goes right back to you folks to support covered bridges in Vermont.
And all of our initiatives, correct.
We've got just about a minute left. I wanted to talk very briefly about, every year there's going to be a news story that is about how a truck went the wrong way, they weren't supposed to go. So this isn't just something that's sort of like, yeah, covered bridges isn't that cute. These structures are important to the culture of Vermont, our tourism, as you've said.
Yep.
And so how do you work to ensure the bridges are accessible and safe?
Well, we have formed a stronger alliance between the Vermont Covered Bridge Society and the towns in which they live.
Great.
So just since March, when we kind of did a membership drive, if you will, tried to get towns to join, actual towns. And so we've had, of the 39 towns, we've had about 10 of them actually join the Vermont Covered Bridge Society.
Great.
So that's great. And then, of course, we're working with town officials if it's a specific problem. We have a Bridge Watch program. We have a chairperson who's actually a bridge builder. He's a big timber specialist, Miles Janess from Huntington. And he works with the towns. He's actually now designing a headache bar that will go on the oldest bridge in Vermont, covered bridge in Vermont, which is in Waitsfield.
Waitsfield, okay.
And then of course Lyndonville has just put a headache bar, iron headache bar, on their Miller's Run bridge in their town.
Excellent, excellent. Beth, I'm going to have to stop you there. So much going on. Please enjoy Covered Bridge Week. Thank you both for coming on. I really appreciate that we got to talk to you. For more information about the Vermont Covered Bridge Society, or to see a list of the events for the 2025's Vermont Covered Bridge Week, visit the website on the screen. I guess we can say we've crossed that bridge for today. I want to thank the crew behind the scenes here at WCX who make our program possible. I'm Keith Silva. This is Across the Fence. Thanks for being part of our family.